Person Gens, Worm Studio and this is the stealth advantage nobody talks about by channel SANDBOXX. Yes, this is one of the latest video from SANDBOXX. It's a good topic. Stealth is a pretty weird topic because I don't think most people realize what stealth, when application of stealth really does. People just assume this is like some kind of like a video game or like it's like a sports numbering, like oh it's number one guy, it's second or third doesn't matter type of shit. No, there's a threshold. As far as I know, there's a threshold you need to cross. It has to be functional, right? This is not a video game, right? This is not some sport where it's like top five shit type of thing. None of that matters. So people are like, oh, there was a headlines like F-35 can be detected by Iran's radars. And people are like, what's the point of stealth? What's the point of billions we spend in F-35? Yeah, but it's not about it can detect it. Can it target it? If it knows it's in this certain area, what is it going to do with it? Oh, great, like Americans are here. Okay, what you going to do now? Can it target? No, it has enough stealth that targeting is near impossibility. Even at the like air-to-air kill scenarios, it's really hard to target because of the such a small radar cross section, right? And many other stealth element that goes with it. It's not just about cross radar sections. There's many things that makes it hard to detect, right? So yeah, they don't use afterburners and shit like that. So they have less footprint and everything. So there's many levels of stealth. But people just like, oh, what is a stealth? If it can detect it by radar, is it a stealth? It's like people treat it as like video game. And this goes all the way. It's not just American thing. Like people, F-35 is one of the worst PR thing there is. And everywhere else too, like China and other. Like people are like, oh, it doesn't have that great cross radar section. But maybe it just has enough that is good enough stealth plane. Chinese plane, maybe Su-57 as well. Su-57 has, I think, like has bigger cross radar sections than F-18. So I don't know how that translate, but like there are planes like if it's harder to like target, stealth achieved, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be more to it. Like I don't know which topic is gonna talk about here, but it's gonna be interesting. Let's do this one.
Let's talk about the biggest way stealth has changed warfare forever that almost never gets discussed. When I say the advent of stealth changed everything about military aviation, I think most people tend to think that I'm talking about how stealth led to a shift away from flying higher and faster to defeat enemy air defenses, or how it played a really important role in shifting the focus of air combat away from close quarters dogfights and toward beyond visual range engagements. And all that stuff is true, but one of the most important aspects of stealth that often gets overlooked in favor of those more common talking points is how stealth serves as a crazy force multiplier. Now, the phrase force multiplier gets tossed around a lot, and just in case you're not entirely sure what it means, it's a term we use to describe a technology, a capability, a skill, or other factors that allow one person, one weapon, or one platform to deliver more combat capacity than that one person.
Yeah, but this is also like this force multiplication and like exponentially becomes higher. These kind of numbers are thrown around a lot, which every time I hear it, like yeah, okay, but this is like in science talk wherever like mathematics is involved, mostly on theories because practical application isn't there yet. Maybe you don't have the means to do anything practical, thing. So if this means this, then linear way, this also means this. Like people take a lot of leeways like that. Like so you come across really wacky shit like tachyons and things like oh this is real, no it's not real, we haven't detected it. So if you take a lot of leaps, there's a chance you might miss something that your end result is not completely like accurate, is it? So like force multiplication, like we don't know in real world application which other hurdles might just be enough to remove all those force applications like force multiplication and like some certain thing having application where it makes it really stronger but it probably doesn't. So until something is tested in the battlefield at that scale we can't know. So yes, we can say like oh this is projected as being really powerful and with together with this overall it's like can do many job and like together it might as well be like an entire army with just this small squadron. Yeah, we don't know how that's going to play out on the battlefield. Maybe it will be true, right? So like people like I see in the comments a lot too, like just like exploding with expectation. And then when you do shit like that and when actual thing happen on the world, you're the one who's going to go after something like F-35 and things like oh this sucks, America just wasted money. No, your expectation just went too high. It's military's expectation never went high. They know what they want from those things.
Person, one weapon, or one platform previously could. When the US Army started fielding the Browning automatic rifle, or BAR, an early infantry machine gun, the number of rounds a single soldier could send downrange jumped from around 10 to 15 rounds per minute with the M1903 Springfield rifle
Hundreds.
to 80 to 120 rounds per minute with the BAR. That was a force multiplier, allowing a single soldier to fire as many rounds as 8 or more of their peers combined. And that is exactly what stealth.
Yeah, but see, again, like my argument here. Now, what happened in that one? If anybody had seen that number, just like that mathematical thinking, from 1020 to 8000, so it's like 5 times is more effective. And no, it's also like a lot of spray and pray type of thing, right? It could be suppressing fire and things like that, but it's not going to be like 5 times as effective as the combat rifle. So you still need combat rifles. You can't just give everybody bar and it's going to have same effect. You have to see it like in real world practice how it's going to work.
Has done for air-to-ground or attack operations. And maybe the most direct example I can provide came during Operation Desert Storm back in 1991. You see, one of the most unique aspects of that conflict was the overlap between old-school attack package bombing formations and the entirely new concept of stealth operations. Or, in other words, there were older aircraft performing bombing runs the way we'd been doing it for decades, operating alongside much more modern stealth attack jets, going about that same job in an entirely new way. The first non-stealth strike package to enter Iraq consisted of 41 total platforms, with 4 FA-18 Hornets leading the way to sweep the area for enemy aircraft, followed by 3 BQM-74 target drones meant to provide enemy SAM sites with targets to lock onto, allowing those SAM sites to be engaged by 4 F-4G Wild Weasels following closely behind them. Behind those Wild Weasels, another 17 FA-18 Hornets.
Okay, why were F4s were used? Like, didn't you had any other, like at the time you had like F15, F16 things, like why using F4s? I guess they were just like at that specific job, they were like equipped to do that. I don't know.
Provided additional firepower for the suppression of enemy air defenses, with 5 more EA-6B Prowler electronic warfare aircraft following closely behind them to jam enemy radar while the Hornets and Wild Weasels engaged those SAM sites. Finally, 4 A6 Intruders and 4 more RAF Tornadoes flew at the back of the pack and were the only aircraft in the whole bunch carrying actual bombs.
Look at this shit. What is this tornado? Why does it look at that? It's like that retractable wing thing. As I saw like video from like, I don't know, like some other channel, that engineering channel, like retractable wing. Look at that, look, this is so awesome. Why don't we talk about these planes? Like, look at that, like the wings probably retract and like, yeah, it becomes like a dart. Must have insane aerodynamics at that level. Damn, all right. See, this tactics basically makes you think like how warfare is done. Right? So recently India-Pakistan thing happened where like, oh, Rafales was shot down. Yeah, India wasn't doing this because India wasn't directly attacking Pakistan military bases. They were attacking terrorist sites, full knowingly, just like knowing that Pakistan would fire back. But they can't attack Pakistan SAM site. They can't do all this shit that they were doing to draw out all the SAM site and then attacking the SAM site and then attacking the thing. This is how tactics works. So people are like, oh, Rafales might not be as good as, or like India doesn't know how to use Rafales. No, India's hands were tied. Most people don't realize it. They just read the news. Oh, Rafales were shot down. Yeah, they weren't point-blank war. If it was point-blank war, India would have done many shit before they even let the Rafales close to anything.
For the package's actual target, with 3 aim points at just a single target location. All told, it took 38 manned aircraft and 3 drones to hit 3 points at 1 target. Conversely, the first stealth strike package to enter Iraq was made up of 20 aircraft, all of them F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack jets. These aircraft didn't need drones to light up enemy radar or wild weasels to suppress their air defenses. They flew into Iraq unaccompanied and went to strike 38 separate aim points across 28 different targets. So again, we're talking 38 jets and 3 drones to strike one target versus 20 jets to strike 28 targets. That means every individual F-117 delivered the same combat effect as 41 fighters and drones. And that means less maintenance, less logistics support, less refueling needs, fewer pilots required, fewer maintainers, and less risk. All because stealth let one aircraft do more than an entire formation of older jets.
Okay, so his point was just that how different a warfare becomes because of the stealth planes and stealth things. You didn't talk about all these things. You could have talked about the recent shit that happened with B-2s and F-22s. They just bombed the shit out of Iran and Iran sites. Iran didn't do anything because Iran probably didn't detect them. What, Iran doesn't have SAM sites? Iran literally like I said in the start of the video, detected F-35 long ago, a few months ago, year ago, whatever, and they were flexing. So they didn't even detect B-2 and anything and detect at the level they can target it. Before operation happened, they were home back, like nothing happened, and Iran's sites blew up. You don't even need to go all the way back to talk about it. Like now, look at how operation was done. If India had stealth plane, no Rafales would have been shot down. India doesn't need to worry about anybody targeting anything, especially Pakistan. Pakistan's Chinese defenses and anti-defenses didn't even fucking work. Every single target that India attacked worked. Every single target Pakistan gave, attack towards India, 99+% all of them were shot down. Nothing reached its target. So if India had stealth plane, anything, even Su-57, which doesn't have that great of a cross radar section, would have been great. So stealth is insanely effective in operations. Like there's many layers. Like you need these two examples: US bombing Iran and India-Pakistan thing to know stealth effect. A lot of Rafales lost, a lot of jets lost with India-Pakistan thing. That wouldn't have happened if India had a stealth plane. Just like how US had bombed Iran, nothing, no loss was there from US side. All F-22, all B-2s were back. So yeah, stealth is insane. That's not even a question. Everybody knows that. Anybody who's coping, stealth, is usually coping because they don't have stealth planes and they are, comparing themselves with somebody like US. India doesn't have stealth plane. I'm not coping. Yeah, we don't have stealth plane. That's an error. We are working towards it. Maybe we'll acquire it in the future somewhere. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, stealth planes are insane. Especially US stealth plane. Most technology goes through USA. US stealth plane like F-22, F-35, obviously that's untouchable. Even B-2s are untouchable, right? B-2 sold now. Imagine how insane B-21 will be. It's smaller. All right, well, if you like my recent, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.